We are getting close to the turnoff for the property. I'm on Highway B, just a couple miles outside of Mansfield, Missouri. And I wanted to start the video here just so you can kind of see the drive-in. But the access to the property is good. Like I said, we're just a couple miles outside of Mansfield, and we'll cross these train tracks, and then we'll take a right. So you can see the train tracks. We'll cross over those, and we'll take a right onto the private easement road. You can see the sign right there for the Sigma 3 school. That's at the very end of the road. I'm going to set my trip meter here. I'm going to try anyway. This is not my normal truck. My normal truck was loaned out to a friend, so I'm in a kind of a spare truck today, and I'm not too used to it. But like I said just a minute ago, this is a private easement road. This is only for property owners and their guests. So if you're concerned about privacy and security, this is kind of a good situation. Now I just noticed that since it's late afternoon, I'm driving directly into the sun, so I'll apologize for that. I'll just do what we can here. Hopefully when I get to the property, I can get situated a little better. Now this particular property has an amazing view, which you'll see in just a minute here. Unbelievable view to the south. I mean, you can see for miles and miles. The road kind of curves to the right. You'll see a big pole barn and go by that. There's a house off to the left here that was built, I believe in the 70s by a doctor. And that house, it was built right there because of the view, and you've got the same view here on this property that we're about to see. It's just spectacular. And we're getting close now. You can see that we're going through an area with timber on both sides of the road, which means we're getting close to the property. It's late fall here in the Ozarks, and I think I missed the peak of the fall colors by a couple weeks. But I still wanted to get out here and take a video of the property. So now it kind of opened up a little bit, and we'll be getting close to the property. It's on the left side of the road. And we're just staring right into that sun. I'm sorry about that. And are we there? I believe so. I'm not sure. I haven't been out this way for a little while. Okay. So there up ahead you can see a gate, and that leads into the survival school. They've always been really good neighbors. And I believe we could pull right in here actually. I'll drive up a little bit. So actually that gate there would be basically the west line of the property. It's on the left side of the road. It might not be exactly on the line, but I believe it's fairly close. Oh wow, there we go. Here's the view from the property. I never have any idea until I look at these videos later if the video matches how good the things look sometimes. I mean, this view is spectacular. and on this little tiny screen I can't tell if that's really coming through or not. So I'm going to pull right down into the property. I'm in a truck, so it's no problem to pull straight down in. In a car, you'd probably have to do a little work there. I don't know, maybe with the shovel or get a piece of equipment in here or whatnot. I'm just going to pull in and park. And, whoops, if I can get my camera. There we go. There we go. Yeah, so we've got the sun directly in our way here. But the view is just phenomenal. Looking back up toward the private road. So you've got this little fringe of trees here, and the property's sloping down fairly gently. You could build here, or you could have someone come in and level a bigger area. But the property, I don't have the map right in front of me, but I believe it's over 300 feet wide. So this is a nice wide property. Gives you a lot of options for building. I think as long as I'm here, I'll go ahead and walk to the south a little bit and keep this running, keep this video running. That'll just give everybody a chance to see what it looks like, and it'll give me a chance to see what it looks like. I've never spent much time out here on this particular property. This one I believe was leased, and it's off lease now, so we decided to go ahead and put it on the market. Oh wow, I wish that sun wasn't in our way, but that's gorgeous. You can see a series of valleys, ridge tops. This is looking basically straight south. So this property actually it slopes down to the bottom of that ravine, which you can't see, and then it slopes up again. So as we look across at that other side, it does have some property on that other side as well. I'm not sure how much. But I'll just go for a walk and we'll see what we can see here. This might be kind of a long video, so I apologize for that, but I wanted to get a good look at this property as well as the drive to the property. Now you could see what I walked through was fairly open. That's a natural glade type area. And now as we keep going south, we're back into the timber. Let's see here. I'll just kind of pick my way through, I guess. Oh, this is pretty cool. We've got some interesting rock formations. This is a spectacular area for hunting deer and wild turkey. This particular property was part of a larger property we bought, and it had been managed for years, possibly decades, for hunting. Now here's an area where it levels a little bit. We've got several different types of trees. This property has not been logged. You won't find too much mature timber probably on the north end. I mean, you'll find mature cedar trees, but as far as hardwoods, you have to get down here more toward the bottom of the of the sloped area before you start getting into hardwood trees. But they are on this property. This is pretty cool, actually. I've never been down this far on the property. Like I said, this does have some slope to it, obviously, but it's not too steep to be walkable. This is a cool kind of a rock outcropping. Oh, and now we're back into an open area. Whoop. I just stepped in a little depression. Almost looks like where a spring would be. Looks like there's been water there recently. Oh wow, beautiful. Another open meadow type area. I might as well keep going south, I guess, and we'll see what I can see. So you can kind of see the bottom of the hillside is probably 300 feet from where I am, and then it starts rising back up again. And you can see the trees change. Those look more like hardwood, oak, hickory type trees on the property. So pretty out here. This is a really pretty area. That's the view kind of off to the west. The sunsets out here are spectacular. The sun sets over the ridges to the west, and it is just a beautiful hue of colors. So we're almost down to the, I guess you call it the bottom of the little hillside. And I really don't know if there's a creek or a spring down here, but I guess we'll find out in a minute. This is my very first trip to the south end of the property. I can see water down there. And as we look across, you can see some of that mature timber I'm talking about with the leaves off the trees. It looks a little different, obviously, than it did a month ago, but you can really see the mature timber and the fact that this has not been logged. Oh, wow. Look at this. This is a natural rock outcropping. I had no idea this was here. Oh, that is gorgeous. It's a rock overhang. Possibly an old collapsed cave. I don't really know for sure. That big stick is right in the way. It's wrecking my view here. Maybe I can get across. Isn't that cool? Wow. Pretty neat. I didn't expect that at all. Interesting. good chance that there are caves on the property. I mean, there are many caves in this area. And the fact is, most of the caves that actually exist have not been discovered yet. Because unless you see the opening to the cave, there's no way to tell it's there. Okay, so now we're down, obviously, in the bottom of the ravine or the hillside or whatnot. So we're still not at the south end of the property. There's a little water there, but I wouldn't call this a year-round creek by any stretch. There's a little movement to the water, but again, this is just kind of a cool bonus. This doesn't run all year long, I'm sure. It looks fairly steep to get up to that south side. But there'd be a way there to cut a road up that way, or just go on foot or a four-wheeler or whatnot. But there's some big timber. There really is. Wow. Very pretty. Big timber. Well, this is probably as good a place as any to end it, but that should give a pretty good look at the property. That rock overhang up there was a really cool bonus. The best, if you're building, the best building site in my mind would be pretty close to where we parked up there. So you're nice and close to the road. You've got the amazing view. But I mean, you could certainly come down further if you wanted ultimate privacy. I mean, you'd be totally hidden if you went a few hundred feet down the hill. We're just 2 or 3 miles out of Mansfield. To the west, if we go to the east, 5-6 miles, you're in Seymour, Missouri. And then if you keep going east for about 30 miles from Seymour, you're in Springfield. We're not far out of Branson. Just a great area. Friendly people, fantastic hunting, super secluded, but you're close to a couple good towns. So nice property. Wow, 17-minute video. Oh well. I try to keep them short, but this one didn't happen that way. Well, that's the property by east of Springfield, Missouri, with the very cool rock overhang.